All right, here we go. So we're going to look at this lesson, and all of these are the same from before in the list on the homework sheet. I've listed all three of the lessons that we'll look at today, hopefully, so that you can go in and look at those later if you want to, especially if we may not get through all of them today either. So, all right. Let's look at this. We're going to read this information about modal verbs for possibility, certainty, and expectation. So we use the modal verbs may, could, might, can't, and must to talk about things that are possible or certain. Elena, will you read the must and the can't lines, please?
Must, to say that you are certain that something is true. You haven't eaten all day. You must be hungry. You must be joking if you expect me to cook for you again. Can't or can't?
In UK it's can't. In America it's can't.
Yeah, exactly.
But UK, yeah, British can't all the time.
Yes, that is correct.
To say that you are certain that something is not true. Is Anne at home? No, she can't be at home. She's working today. They can't have the same exam results.
Good. Katya, this sounds like something you would say.
Oh, I think so.
All right, I had to joke with you a little bit about that from before. Marina, will you read could, may, and may not, and might not, please?
Okay, could, may not. To say that it's possible that something is true or not true. Anne may be at work, but I'm not sure. Who is that at the door? It could be the postman. Might not. To say that it is possible, but not very likely, that something is true or not true. You might like to know that we are having a meeting tomorrow evening. It might not be a good idea to call John. He usually prefers email.
Okay, good. Prefers. Good. And Valeria, if you'll read the last one, should and shouldn't, please.
Shouldn't. To say that we expect or don't expect something to happen or to be different. The price should be $10, not $20. If we leave now, we should get there on time.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes, I have. Where is the have?
Which one?
Where is the have? Everybody, I mean, most of people use must, should, and have.
Well, have to.
Have to, sorry, yeah, have to, if you, for example, if you should to visit some place, we use should. If you have to do something, we use have, and must, it's like, I don't know, in army, you must protect your country.
You must be doing
so,
yeah.
so it's like a must, it's, I don't know, it's a higher level of from should.
Obligation.
It's not about obligation. When we do not use have to in the meaning of possibility.
Right.
That's why it's not mentioned here in this table.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
It's more of the obligation side, not the possibility side. It's still a modal verb.
More than possibility. So I can't use you have to eat all day. I can't say you have to eat. You have to eat something.
Yeah, but you can see on the title of this table, it's possibility, certainty, and expectation. It's not have for this purpose.
Although I will say, you could say you have to be hungry. I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah, it's not. The problem with that is that that's not the correct grammar to use for possibility, certainty, and expectation. It is common
Uh-huh.
usage, but not necessarily proper grammar to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm like, oh, you haven't eaten all day, you have to be hungry. But that wouldn't be the proper way of saying it. It would be, you must be hungry. You should be hungry. You could be hungry if you haven't eaten all day. Those are
Yeah.
You're possibly hungry. It's like the synonym. You're probably
you're possibly hungry. Yeah, right. Okay, any other questions?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Another example. For example, you should to do this work. You have to do this work. You must to do this work. You
Mhm.
know, it's
Those
not
are-
hungry. It's not your feeling. It's like a you should to do something.
Right, but
Some
then again,
action.
those are more obligations, not possibilities. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mhm. It depends on
Here.
the intent. Yeah, it depends on the intent. You can use those for possibility, but those are the way that you said those
Yeah,
are typically used more
yeah,
for
clear.
obligation. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
that's where things get a little bit tricky
Yeah, yeah,
when we're
thanks.
talking about words. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
I still have a question.
Okay.
You can ask. I haven't asked.
Yes. You're fine.
Um,
Go ahead.
It's not about possibilities and expectations. It's about on time and in time. I presumably still have some like hesitation in the meaning. What's the difference between on time and in time? Because in Russian it sounds the same.
Okay. Sorry. I think hold on. Okay, can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got,
What do you mean? What context? What is context of? Could you please provide examples, maybe?
I just know that there are two options, in time and on time, and both there mean that something happens at a very proper time in space. But
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know
I'm having a really bad internet connection at the moment, so let me use my phone to see if I can, because for some reason, it's like not even wanting to do anything here. It'll let me type, but it won't actually start searching, so I'm not sure what's going on. So give me just 1 second. In time, on time versus in. All right. So on time means timely, when something is planned or expected to take place at a specific time and it takes place at that time. In time means not late or eventually, when something takes place at the last moment. All right, so I'm going to send this link here that I found. I'll send that in the group. So that will explain a little more about the difference between in time and on time. It gives some additional information there as well. Some definitions of in time, on time, some of the key differences. There are some examples down at the bottom. So like example, on time, we left for the airport on time. But in time, we say Joseph set the alarm to wake up in time to study for exams. Okay.
I got the main idea. I got the main idea that in time is like right before something happens.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Okay. Good. All right. Let's move forward here. So practice. We're going to practice must and can't. Make this just a little bit bigger. So Kalinka, if you will read the first sentence here and
Sorry.
And
Sorry,
I
sorry,
should
my
put
God,
some words,
sorry.
yes? I should put, I should.
We're going to
must
use
or
either
can't,
must or
yes?
can't. Mhm.
Complete the sentence with
It also,
words
yeah, either
can't.
must or can't. There's no change in there. Mhm.
Sandra's new boyfriend. Everybody seem to know him. Must to be, if choose from these two, only possibility must.
Yes.
Must be popular. Everybody seems to know him.
Good. All right, good. Margot, number 2.
Philip can be on Facebook. Everybody is these days.
It's either must or can't.
Must.
There is
Must
no-
be.
Must. So you must be on Facebook because everybody is. Okay. Valeria, number 3.
Yeah, wait a second. Wait. You know grammar really well. This exercise should be difficult for you.
I
Can't.
agree that the
Can't
word
be.
shouldn't be is the word, but we have to use must or can't.
Must. Sorry. Exercise really well. Can't be difficult.
Yeah,
This exercise can't
can't
be
be
difficult.
difficult for you. Although I agree that I think a shouldn't would fit better there. It sounds better in my opinion. Right? Elena? This is also, I mean, this kind of shows like, you know, how language can be so frustrating at times because you can use
Yeah.
multiple ways of saying things to mean the same thing. Okay, Elena, number 4, please.
Running a marathon must be really difficult if you don't run every week.
I would think so. Has anyone run a marathon before?
maybe half
I've done-
marathon. Half
I've done
marathon
some
at
5Ks. Yeah. I've done a couple of 5Ks, but I've never run any more than that. So I think a marathon would be very difficult. Marina, number 5.
It can't be Hector at the door. He left the party an hour ago.
Okay, good. And Katya, number 6.
You've been working in the garden all day. You must be really tired now.
Good. Kalinka, number 7.
The dog must be hungry. Feed her.
All right. And Margot, number 8.
It can be easy living in an extremely cold climate like in Siberia.
Okay. Any questions on these?
On this now.
On this note, yeah. All right, perfect. So now we're going to look at should and shouldn't. And we have some pictures and some thoughts that they might be using. So they correspond with one another. So number 1, this picture he's talking about the bill being expensive. So would we say should or shouldn't by looking at the, yeah, shouldn't, yeah. All right, and Valeria, number 2.
Food here by now. My food should be here for now.
That food should be here by now. All right,
Should be.
Elena,
Should
number
be.
3.
No, just should here.
My
Should
food
be.
should be
You
here
missed
by now.
be.
Yeah.
No, not be.
Be.
My food should be.
Should
Yeah.
be.
No.
Yes, it's correct. My food should be here by now. Oh, should
you,
be.
You didn't put be.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Thanks.
That was my fault. Okay, Elena, number 3.
I shouldn't be feeling so ill
No.
after taking the medicine.
I shouldn't feeling.
Yes, I shouldn't be feeling. Mhm.
Also be.
All right.
Here, I would say without be.
This
I
one should
shouldn't.
be,
But we have a
Yeah, that-
feeling. That's
I
why
read
we need be.
sorry.
If there was just feel, then without be, I think.
Yeah, without be.
But
I
feeling
should, I
is
should or
ing.
shouldn't feel so ill. Yeah. Mhm. Correct. Yeah. Thank you, Katya. Marina, number 4.
There. There. Should be. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
There
Anyone want to help?
Should be.
Shouldn't be.
Oh,
This one would shouldn't be. There shouldn't be all these spelling mistakes. And we just lost Marina. Okay. Katya, number 5.
He should know how to use a printer.
Yes, good. All right, and Kalinka, number 6.
They shouldn't be here. The meeting is about to start. They should be here. The meeting, I don't know.
Hmm.
The meeting
But
is about to start.
Maybe you can use both. Depends on.
That's what I was going to say. I think in this case, we could actually say both. You know, if you're somewhere where you shouldn't be, because you're supposed to be in a meeting, if you're at a restaurant and the meeting is down the street in an office, then you could say they shouldn't be here. The meeting is about to start. So yeah, I think both of those could potentially work. Mhm. All right. Any questions on those?
No.
Good. All right. Katya, next time I'm going to have you just do all the teach the grammar for us. You're better at it than me. Okay.
But I like to try because before substitute you for grammar, I will have to prepare carefully and
Yeah.
thoroughly. That's why I will agree. I will definitely agree.
Grammar is one of those that has always been a struggle for me in teaching. So it usually takes me a little bit to catch on to what I'm supposed to be doing. So I also have to prepare, and then sometimes I don't prepare very well. So, but I appreciate that you know and you can help out. Okay, so on this one, we're going to rewrite the sentences using the suitable modal verb, and more than one answer is acceptable, so that we're going to be using the modal verbs that we went over up here before. So any of these: must, can't, could, may not, might not, should, shouldn't.
Mhm.
All right, so who went last on that? Margot, was it? I don't remember who did the last one. I'm sorry.
I was.
You were the Kalinka. Okay, so Margot, you're up for this one then. Take your time.
I lost which number?
Yeah, so we're going to rewrite the sentence. Let's see, we'll do this one together just as an example.
Yes,
And we can say Jean must, no, sorry, Jean might, Jean may, or Jean could be at home. There's a chance that she's at home. So
Mhm.
she might, may, or could be at home. You don't have to tell me all the different possibilities, but it's just understanding that there can be more than one answer to the sentence. Okay.
I'm
So
here.
Margot, if you want to do number 2.
I just have problems with my internet. Maybe
Okay.
maybe you lost me for a couple minutes. I tried to fix
Okay.
it, but
That's okay.
Yeah.
It also could very possibly be mine as well. We don't have the best internet here on our farm because we're in the middle of really far away from everyone. So sometimes our internet goes in and out, especially when other people are using it. I usually try to make sure everything is turned off from using the internet, but it still has a problem occasionally.
And I also in a different place today. That's why I can do things. I don't know if you heard, I said could be, but I don't know, maybe you also already answered.
Okay, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I didn't hear you, but yes, that is the answer. So Jean could be at home. Yeah, very good. Okay. Valeria, if you'll do number 2.
Yeah. Do you hear me? I hope so.
Yes.
This task should be difficult. Shouldn't be difficult to finish this task on time. Shouldn't
Mhm.
be.
Okay. I'm not going to type all of it.
Or
but-
maybe, yeah, shouldn't be.
Mhm.
Or might be. No,
May not be. No.
may not be.
May not be. Mhm. Could be another option. Mhm.
Yeah, like another option. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Hi, Marina.
I I just haven't paid attention that my computer wasn't connected to the to the
I understand.
plug.
You lost all your power.
Yes.
No problem. Okay, so we're rewriting these sentences using the options with the modal verbs that we had before earlier up in the top. And there can be multiple different
Mhm.
responses.
Okay.
If you'll look at number 3.
Patrick might not be playing football.
Yes, good. And what other option could we say instead of might not? Any
May.
thoughts?
Shouldn't.
Couldn't be? Okay.
Can't be. Patrick can't play.
Or may not.
May not is another option that we could use. Yes. All right. Perfect. And okay, Elena. Number 4.
It is possible that criminal is dangerous. The criminal must be dangerous.
Must be, but it's possible. So we're not, must be would be saying that it's a definite. So
Might
Might-
be.
might be, maybe,
Maybe.
and could
Should
be.
be.
Should be, yeah.
Could be.
Could be, yeah.
Shouldn't be dangerous.
Let's hope that a criminal shouldn't be dangerous, but they might be. Okay, Katya, number 5.
Alison doesn't speak Italian. This is unexpected because her mother is Italian. Alison doesn't speak Italian. It's unexpected. Alison should speak Italian.
Yes, exactly. She should speak. All right.
No,
I have a friend.
No.
who-
It should be negative.
Could be, sorry. Yeah. Allison should,
Should speak
Yeah.
Italian because
Yeah.
it's unexpected that she doesn't speak.
yes.
But the sentence negative. It should be negative sentences. But you
No.
created
Will-
positive sentences.
Yeah, we would change it. just
Alison
like-
doesn't speak Italian.
Right.
She doesn't speak Italian, but it's unexpected. I didn't expect it because her
Unexpected,
mother.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it means
So-
that if your mother is Italian, then her mother speaks Italian, and it means that I expect that she could speak Italian, but she doesn't. So she should speak. But I was
But
wrong.
she doesn't. I don't know.
But she
She
doesn't,
doesn't
right.
speak.
Yeah.
According to my expectation, she should speak Italian.
Right. And we could change this wording to Ukrainian, as well, where, maybe someone will be surprised if one of your children doesn't speak Ukrainian because you are Ukrainian or something like that.
Could
So
we
I have
say-
a friend who is from Portugal, and her parents only speak Portuguese. She speaks other languages, and her children were born in the US, and they do not speak Portuguese at all. They only speak English. They don't speak another language. So that's one of those where I would say, you know, the boys should speak Portuguese because their mother is from Portugal, but they do not.
And could we say might or may or something like?
We could potentially say Allison might speak. I think that because of this portion of the sentence that is here, this is unexpected, that is why really the only choice or the best choice would be Allison should speak this. It would be expected that she would speak that. If we change the sentence around some and say that Allison's mother is Italian, then we could say Allison might speak
Yeah,
Italian.
might speak Italian.
Yeah. Okay. Kalinka, number 6.
I don't know the score, but I'm certain Spain are winning the match. I don't know the score, but Spain should or must
Should,
win the
yeah.
match.
Or must. Must be winning.
Must be
Um,
winning.
But you could, I think should could also be used there.
Yeah,
Should
okay.
be. I think you could say that.
Might be.
Might be. Yes. Could also say might be.
But it's certain.
It's
so
certain
I'm
it
certain.
couldn't be, might be. Because the certain very strong.
Certain, when it's certain, it must be. It's
Yeah.
almost 90%, but might be, it's still like, yes or no?
Yeah,
No, I'm
because
not
of
sure.
the certain here, the best answer would be must be winning, but we could potentially use the others in other situations.
Yes.
Okay. Marina, number 7.
I don't expect that we will have any problems on our journey. We shouldn't have any problems on our journey.
Yep. Good. Any other possibilities? That's the best answer, but does anyone have any other thoughts on that? We could say we might not have. But I think we shouldn't have is the best answer of them. Okay, good. All right, Margot, number 8.
You can ask Alan, but it's possible that he doesn't know. You can ask Alan, but he might not know.
We could also say may not. Either might not or may not.
Be no, yes, might not be no.
I think without be.
He might not know or he may not know.
Okay.
Good. All right, and Valeria, number 9.
It's impossible.
Uh-oh, your internet let out on us that time. You're at that spot, I think, every time we have class where your internet goes out. Okay, we'll come back to you, Valeria, when you get into a better spot. Elena is walked away. Katya, I'll come to you.
My connection is low.
Shenzhen
Yes.
is
India, I should be Chinese city.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, go, Katya.
So it's impossible that Shenzhen is in India. It sounds more like a Chinese city. Impossible. It's impossible. Shenzhen. shouldn't. I think it shouldn't be in
Also,
Denmark.
Mustn't.
can't be. It's impossible, so it can't be.
Can we say mustn't be? No?
Mustn't be. Mhm. Could. Yep.
That's all.
All right. Hey, anything else? Any questions on these?
No.
Everything's good. All right, perfect. So good job, guys. We will move now and look at the education system and talking about some of the differences between what the names of the education system is called in British and American English, and then what you guys call it in Ukraine as well. We'll kind of look at that a little bit. So the first one, with ages of 2 to 5, in British English, they call this nursery school or kindergarten. In American English, we say preschool. 5 to 11 is primary school in British English. In American English, we separate that out between kindergarten, which is ages 5 and 6, and elementary school, which is ages 5 to 11. Ages 11 to 18 is secondary school in British English. In American English, we say junior high school or middle school is another terminology that is used here where I live, where I'm from. So we also say middle school, and then high school, ages 14 to 18. So in the US, we separate it out a little bit more than in the British English. And then they have similar ages 18. Once you've graduated from secondary school or high school, you go to university, and then we have college or university is the terminology that is used in the US. Yes, Kalinka.
I want to ask about the age. What usually in America or in Australia the last age when people go to university?
I'm sorry, can you ask that again?
In this table, there are age of people which can go to the university 18 plus. But what's the other border?
Is there a maximum age?
Maximum, yes, there are maximum age.
No, there is not a maximum age that you can go to
No
university.
maximum age.
No maximum age, no. I went back to school and received my master's degree when I was in my 40s. But I know that there are, how old was Patricia when she went back to school? She was 40s or 50s?
I don't know. I've heard people going back in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah. My brother's in here having lunch at the moment, so he was over here. But yeah, we've definitely heard of people who have been in their 70s and 80s that have gone back to school. I've even heard of people going back and receiving their high school diploma at that age. Someone who maybe when they were younger were not able to finish school for whatever reason, and so they've decided to go back to school and receive that degree as well. Yes, Kalinka.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
У меня проблема, как убрать эту руку.
Just wait. It disappeared by itself.
I disappeared?
No, not you.
Oh, it's about
Hand, right hand.
Oh, yeah. It'll go away on its own. Okay. So what is the terminology that is used or how would you describe the terminology in Ukraine? Elena, what are the ages when kids start and what do you all kind of call that?
When they go to school,
Mm-hmm.
they go at about 6 or 7, and it is called like elementary school.
Okay.
Початкова школа.
So you don't have, there's not an earlier age?
We call it like kindergarten, and usually it's, I think from 2 years old.
Okay.
From
And we
3 to
have private and state kindergartens. And here in
Yes.
UK, as I understand, they have only like you should pay for kindergarten
Oh, you have to pay for kindergarten in the
in
UK?
UK. Yes, and from
Interesting.
5-year-old you can put in school, and it's in state school, and it's free of charge. So if your kid is 4, you should pay for kindergarten.
Interesting. We have some preschool programs that that you can pay for. My son was in a preschool program that I paid for, so it's kind of like a cross between daycare and or childcare and preschool for him to be in while I was working. But after that, it's typically free. Samuel to pay for Samuel to go for preschool. Did you?
The school qualified for.
Yeah. So it can also depend on the child themselves, and if they qualify to go, then, or the school itself qualifies that you don't have to pay. So there's a lot of variables that come into play with that as well. Yes, Kalinka, do you have another question?
No,
Okay.
I just don't understand how to remove this.
That's
this
okay.
sign.
You can
Primary,
put again, put on this hand.
I think you can, let's see,
But
you should be able to have it go away, but I don't remember. It's been a while since I've done, I can't even, I think if you click it again, because is that what you did, Katya? You just clicked it again and it went away?
Yes, you have to click on these reactions emojis again. So first you click and you see like raise your hand, and then you click and
She has all of them coming up now. I think it's a glitch. I think the hand is stuck there forever. It's okay. It'll be fine. If you need to say something, just let me know. Okay. Okay. What about, are the other age levels pretty much the same in the Ukrainian system? Anyone? What do you all call, Margot, what do you call the like this age group? Is that the kindergarten also?
No, it's I don't know actually. Age 5.
Yes,
kids can
yes, it
go
is
in
high school.
Kindergarten, but
It is high school.
age 11, it's like school. It's like 5th class.
Okay,
I don't know.
that's okay. I know it can be very confusing.
It's like,
Mhm.
but actually we have 12 years already. Actually, we have 12 years, not 11 for now.
Okay.
And actually, it is called like a high school, but the students still have the option to leave the school after 9th class. So it's much better for them if they want to go to any university earlier. So they have this option, still have this option.
Okay. All right.
They don't need to finish all 12 years school.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So here are some other terminology that is used in talking about the education system. We have A levels, comprehensive, majors, principal, public, revise, school, and sit. I don't really know why. Oh, I know why it's being used. Never mind. Okay. Okay. So Katya, I'll start with you with reading number 1. See if you know. If you don't know, it's fine. I've got the answer, so I can help put them in.
So the term blah 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 school has opposite meaning in the UK and the USA. In the UK, it refers to private independent school. Private independent school. In the US, it means a school that is that is funded by the state. Principal? No, not principal. Principal is it's like a job, a position. Funded by the state. No, it's not public because public it's.
It is
free.
actually public. Mhm.
Public.
Yeah, it's public. So in the US, we say those are the, like most people go to public schools. So those are the ones that are funded by the government and come from our taxes that we pay. In the UK, then that is a private school. In the US, we say private school versus public school. Whether that is, so you're either paying for it yourself, which is private, or it's public that anyone can go to. I don't know, what is it called then in the UK? I guess it's a state school. Oh, okay, this is the next one, actually. So I'll go ahead and give this to you. It's comprehensive. This is all, some of this is new terminology for me too, because I don't really know the British system as well. But in the UK, a comprehensive school refers to a typical state secondary school. Okay, Elena, number 3.
In the UK, the school leaving exams are known as school leaving. School exams? No.
Yeah, so that's okay. This one is a new one. I mean, I've heard of people talking about it. I just don't understand fully everything about it, but it's called the A levels. So those are the tests that you have to take in order to graduate from secondary school before you can go to university.
Okay.
We, in the US, we just say exams. We don't have any special terminology or anything for it. I know in France, and I know it's used in Morocco, they use baccalaureate is the terminology that is used, or bac for short. But yeah, here in the US, we don't have really a special name for that I'm aware of. We have to do like ACT and SAT tests that universities require for us to come in, but it's not part of the graduating of high school. Margot, number 4.
In the US, the person in charge of high school is the principal.
Hmm?
In the UK, it is a head teacher or headmaster or headmistress.
Mm-hmm. And I will say it's not just high school, it's all schools. From primary school, middle school, and or elementary, middle, and high school, all of those levels is called a principal for us in the US. But what you all need to know is the head teacher, headmaster, headmistress. Okay, Valeria, number 5.
At an American university, a student studies or sitting a subject.
No, no, this
Right?
one
Revise?
we call it a major.
Major.
So we major in something. Mm-hmm. So my studies when I was for my bachelor's was in geography. So I tell people I majored in geography. That's what my focus area of study was. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Kalinka, number 6.
When preparing for an exam, students in UK revise what they have studied. In the USA, they review for an exam.
Yes. This is it's the same meaning, just 2 different words that are used there. We always say to review in the US and it's revise in the UK. All right. Margot, number 7.
In the UK and US, students take exams. However, in the UK, they can also
Sit.
Sit exams.
Yeah. So just another terminology that you're going to sit your exams. So,
It's like
all right. And Elena, number 8.
In the USA, Americans can use the expression go to, even if they are at go to. What we didn't use.
School
We would
is
say,
the
you
last
just say
word.
go to school. Yeah. So if I meet someone and we were having a conversation, I might say, where did you go to school? And that would be like, where did you go to university? Or if they're in university, where do you go to school? So we say either school, college, or university in the US. In UK, I believe it is strictly university or uni, I think is another terminology that is used. Just make it short. Instead of university, it's uni. Okay, any questions on any of these? Do you all have, in Ukraine, do you have exams that you have to take to leave high school and to go to university that's similar to the British system?
Yeah, it is. It calls like a. Girls remember me.
Graduation from the school and entering and enroll into the university.
Yes, I remember. It is ZNO. ZNO. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And what do you
It's
call, when you
religious.
study a subject, what is your terminology for that?
Students
Like a
should pass
focus
the
or
NO.
study? So if I were to ask you, Elena, what did you study in university? Is
Oh,
it study? Is it focus? Is it major? What's the terminology in the Ukraine? You know?
I don't know.
Majors should be with S in the end.
To major? Okay. I think sometimes the translation can be a little tricky as well when you're looking at that. Okay, that's fine.
I was studying geography.
Okay, studied. Perfect. I did too. I studied geography. That's what my bachelor's degree is in. All right.
I studied taxes.
I started as an accounting major and then quickly realized that that was not something I wanted to do. I did not like numbers at all. Okay, so this is just looking at some of the terminology that is used within a school. So these may be things that you would need to know for your children who are in school as well. So the first one, trying to look, see the
A classroom.
Yeah, I guess it's the classroom. I was looking at, okay, it's cafeteria, okay. Let me just do these really quickly. I was getting confused with looking at the second picture because it looked very similar and then I realized what it was. So yes, so this would be at the classroom.
It's cafeteria. Second.
Cafeteria. Good. All right.
Library.
Can you call it canteen as well or not?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm assuming that this is what is used in the UK, but does anyone know if it is used another word? We'll look that up here in just a second. Okay, number 3. Does anyone know what this picture would be
Library.
here?
library.
Library. Good. All right, number 4.
Playground.
Good. Number 5.
What's that?
I had to look it up myself. This is called a common room. We don't have those really in the US. Maybe in private universities or private schools they would, but not in like primary or high school in the US. We don't have what is considered a common room. That would be
And
part
what
of
do
university.
you do in common room?
Common room,
What
I
is the
think
purpose of this
people-
room?
they would use it for maybe study in between classes if they've got a break in between classes or something, maybe to go and sit in there and to use the space for study or to talk with their friends or something like that. Kind of hang out until it's time for your next class, depending on how the class schedule would be used, I guess. That's what I'm thinking it would be more common maybe with university and not necessarily with like primary or high school, because you don't usually have time in between your classes at those ages and things. Okay, number 6.
Auditorium.
I would have thought auditorium
Assembly
as well,
hall.
but I think
Assembly
yes,
hall.
this one is, yes. And so number 6 is the assembly hall.
Assemble.
Now, in the US, we would use the same. We wouldn't have a separate space as an assembly hall. We would have either an auditorium or the gym.
But what is the
Which
difference
I just
between, like looking at the pictures, what is the difference between assembly hall and auditorium?
I don't think that there is, to be honest with you. So let's look that up also. Because I don't know what the difference would be, because they look the same to me also. All right, and then this one here would be the science lab or laboratory. All right, so let's, hopefully I can get my internet to work this time to look this up where you all can see it. So we wanted to look at we use I can't put why it is really, my computer is not wanting to search anything at all. Okay, that is weird. I have no idea why it's doing that. I will use-
I mentioned the difference between assembly hall and second was what's the name of second room which we compare?
Auditorium.
Yes.
Auditorium.
For example, in the first, I haven't any aisle between chairs.
Maybe.
I thought maybe in assembly hall you can move chairs and in auditorium as they are fixed, no?
That may be part of it as well. The assembly hall could be used for different arrangements of seating or something. Yeah. I'm not finding anything on cafeteria versus cantina, so it might just be maybe a local thing. If I've not really heard it used in terms of with this.
Maybe auditorium, it's especially for studying something, special equipment to study, special sounds, I don't know, but assembly hall, it's just some events, celebration.
Yeah. So this says an assembly hall is a multi-purpose building or room where people gather for various functions, events, or parties. So in that case, what we're talking about, you can rearrange the seating and things to fit, what you're doing, or take them all out if you need as well. And then an auditorium is where lectures and performances are held, which I was going to mention because they typically, may have a stage in an auditorium, in an assembly hall, but it would be kind of a temporary stage that they would put in, whereas in an auditorium, the stage is permanent and can be used for music or plays or things like that, or even just speaking. So yeah, I think that would be the main difference there. Okay, any other questions on those? Any other questions on other terminology you may have heard in relation to schools? No? Okay, we're going to look at a couple of idioms here related to education. So we've got the idioms are underlined here, and then the definitions are down here. I'm going to read through the definitions really quickly. Do something to somebody in order to punish them for their bad behavior. Memorize something so that you can repeat it without thinking. Not go to class. Particular ways or philosophies or thinking about something. Start thinking in a serious manner. Stop attending school. The teacher's favorite student. And very easily and with a high score. All right, so Katya, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. Can you read the number 1 and then let us know what the definition is for cut class?
Cut class. So Paul decided to cut class in order to smoke a cigarette. And I have to combine, yes, with A, B, C, D, or, yeah, read the sentence and underline.
This
Paul
will be
decided-
the definition of cut class.
Just a second. Give me a second to think. Paul decided to cut class in order to smoke a cigarette. Do something to somebody, memorize, not to. Very easily, the teachers were substanding attending school. Do something to somebody, not to punish them for their bad behavior. Oh my God, memorize, not to go to class. C.
Right, correct.
Despite the fact that it sounds very weird to me.
Not going to class. Okay,
Usually do it
Valeria,
on
number 2.
breaks.
Yeah, just you're right. Maybe he really wanted to do something more than just smoke a cigarette or something too. Who knows? It is an odd sentence. Okay, Valeria, number 2.
Ken wanted to drop out of school in the order to work in his family business. He wanted to drop out school. Stop attending school.
Correct. All right. Kalinka, number 3.
Mario remember all the words in this test because he managed to learn them by heart. It's B, memorize something to that you can repeat it without thinking.
Good. Elena, number 4.
I was able to pass my science test with flying colors. Very easily and with a high score.
Good. All right, Margot, number 5.
The boy decided to put on his thinking cap and come up with a new name of his school. I think thinking cap, maybe particular ways or philosophies of thinking about something. I actually think D or E. Start thinking.
It's actually, yeah, it's E for this one. Yeah.
Okay. Start thinking in a serious manner. I just think maybe he want to name his school like something.
Yes. So when we put on our thinking cap and we're trying to come up with something different, it's like we're thinking very seriously or very hard about something.
Excuse me, what's the idea? And come up with a new name for his school. What does it mean?
It means he wants to develop or create or think about a new name So if you wanted to change the name of the school that he was going to. So he
Oh,
was.
boy, can boy change the name of the school?
Well, no. I mean, I guess he could if it was an assignment that they were doing for school. It's just to think of a new name or something. Yeah. Again, it's another awkward sentence. For sure. Okay. I'm not sure whose turn is it. Kalinka?
I'm again.
I don't know. I've lost track of who's gone and who hasn't. I apologize. Would anybody like to go this time?
Okay, there are many school of stuff about how to learn or learn a foreign language. Maybe D. Somebody in order to punish
This
them.
one, particular ways or philosophies, that's the one you said?
Yeah. Is
Yes.
it right?
Mhm. Yes. It is correct. All right. Elena, number 7.
My friend Joe is always late, so I decided to teach him a lesson this time and arrived 20 minutes late. It's the first one, do something so somebody in order to punish them for their bad behavior.
Yes. Do you think it will
I don't think
bother
it will
him if you feel like, yeah, I don't think that would work. Okay, and then the last one, Jane was the teacher's pet at her school. She always sat in the front of the class and put her hand up for everything. So that is the teacher's favorite person or favorite student. Okay. Any questions on any of these? Good for today? Okay.
No
So we
questions.
did not get to the other modal verbs, but that's okay. As I said, I put them on your homework sheet. So, oops, wrong one. It was, we did that one. It's the other one. This one. So there was this lesson that you can look at on your own on obligation, necessity, prohibition, and advice. And you'll see it has some of the same similar words down here. Must, have to, need to, don't have to, don't need to, mustn't, should, and shouldn't. So as their examples. Okay. So you have that link available to you to try out. Any other final questions on anything today? All right. Well, I hope everybody has a fabulous week. There's no homework for this week, so enjoy
Perfect.
your week.
Thanks.
And you're welcome. And I will see you on Friday. Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much for the lesson.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. See you soon.
Welcome.
Bye.